Hey everybody, it's Mike coming to you from Vaught RV here in Fort Worth, Texas. Hey, I'd love to show you what I think is the most luxurious bunkhouse bumper pull that Jayco makes. It's the Eagle series. In this case, it's a 284 BHOK. We're about 35 feet long, 8,500 pounds or so on dry weight. Not a small trailer. Huge on features. If you've been looking at bunkhouse models, and maybe you have a bunkhouse model that's in the J-Flight line or the Feather or even White Hawk, but you want to move up a notch in trim line, this might be the answer. Before I get started, let me show you my top 3 favorite things about this floor plan. Number 1, we have a fantastic outdoor kitchen assembly with a sink, plenty of storage, outlets, and refrigerator. Number 2, we have huge double bunks, all lighted, and flexible storage down below, and a door in the back so you can access this storage for bikes and camping gear. Number 3, I have a great TV viewing angle and some hidden storage, a hidden pantry right behind the TV. Okay, let's do a walk around on the outside of this 284 BHOK. That's bunkhouse outside kitchen, if you're trying to figure out what all these letters and numbers mean. Again, we're about 35 feet long, so in terms of a bumper pull, it's a pretty long bumper pull. Notice right up front here, we have a generator tray, and it's prepped for a generator. If you want to add a generator later, or when you buy it from us, we can add a generator for you. There's also room to put a portable generator up here if you want to go that route. Either way, you can be fixed up for power to camp off grid if you want to do that sort of thing. Now, we have cameras mounted on both the side as well as the back of the trailer. When you hit your right turn signal, you're going to get a clear view right down the right side of the coach. So if somebody's sneaking up on your right side, you can basically eliminate all blind spots and know what everything is around you as you're going down the road. Great pass-through storage under here. So notice this little guy right here. This is a platform that'll fit into our J-port on which your grill or griddle will rest. So that's pretty neat. This comes with a griddle out there. Nice clean pass-through storage all the way to the other side. I see we're calling this an extreme weather switch. That has to be tank pads, heated tank pads if you're in some crazy cold temps. Notice up here we also have our pure sine wave inverter. It's an 1800 watt inverter, so we have inverted power inside the coach. Some outlets are going to stay hot even when you're off grid. Got motion sensor lights everywhere, so your hands are full, you're loading, unloading, those lights are going to pop on automatically for you as you're loading the coach. Really love this. Now, coming around to the front, of course we have 230s on propane, a lighted and power tongue jack, so this makes the task of hooking and unhooking, and of course leveling front to back, a breeze with that power tongue jack. Have lights up here as well, and these are marine grade LED lights after dark. This really lights up the front of the coach nicely. Of course, we're on the opposite side of our pass-through storage over here. Now, I always like the way Jayco designs their utility bay, okay? Sometimes, especially if it's your first trailer or your third or fourth, this can be a little daunting to make sure you're hooking everything up appropriately. This is labeled nicely so you know that you have all of these knobs in the right position based on your camping situation, whether you're dry camping or whatever. This is a little quick connect right here. It's both hot and cold. It's basically an outdoor shower. You need to spray your feet off, or the dog rolls in something stinky, you've got an outdoor shower assembly right here. Of course, our gray and black holding tank valves below here, and I can run our cordage right up through here and close this door because this all stays climate controlled under here. Now, this is an Eagle, so it's a true 4-season camper. 4 seasons. This is tested down to 0 degrees. If you're going to be camping in extreme weather situations, Eagle's the way to go. All the trim lines below Eagle aren't true 4-season units. All the sensitive plumbing connections in this are up in the heated area of the trailer. So when the furnace kicks on, they're receiving heat. So 0 to 100 degrees, you're guaranteed to stay comfortable. And actually above 100, We're above 100 in Texas here for the next 10 days straight, and these things stay more than comfortable on the inside because of Jayco's insulation. The roofing structure has a lot more insulation than the competitors. It's a 4,500 pound weight rating. It's a truss system on every Jayco. More insulation up there means it's easier to cool and heat than the competitors. Vacuum bonded fiberglass walls instead of pinch rolled. That's one thing that distinguishes Jayco from their competition, is this whole wall is vacuum bonded. It's an expensive, tedious process, but it pretty much assures that you're not going to see delamination on this wall through the life of the coach. Now we have a 6-gallon direct spark ignition water heater right here, so it runs off propane or electricity. If you're camping off grid, you're still going to have hot water with your propane. This is a 50 amp detachable power cord. Give it a twist to the left and pull it off. Best practice is to thread this guy on here to keep it from getting pulled out while you're at a campsite. Say some kid comes by and runs his bike over it to keep this thing from popping out. That secures it on there. All right, have our holding tank valves back here, and of course your waste connection right here labeled on the side. Now on the back, remember I pointed out one of my favorite things is this bunk assembly with a door in the back. So I can open this up, flip up this top bunk and put bicycles. I can run a kayak up in there, all kinds of camping supplies, maybe one of those 12 by 12 easy up tents, slide it in there. I can secure them with these D-rings and have, gosh, I've got probably 20 feet that I can run something up in there, and it's easy to access rather than to wrestle a bike or something up into the main door of the coach. Now,
you can lock the door too, right?
You can lock the door. We've got a deadbolt here and a regular paddle lock. Now, if you also want to have storage back here, you can put a cargo carrier right here on this little receiver, or put bikes on a rack back here, firewood, your smoker, your big green egg, whatever. You can put a platform back here. So there's a lot of storage capability on this unit. Have a camera up there too, a rear camera. So we got cameras all the way around. Cameras on the side, cameras on the back. Love that safety feature. Coming around to this outdoor kitchen assembly, this is great. Thumbs up to Jayco on this. It's the right height for most people, I think. I'm 6 feet tall, but even a shorter person can have easy access to this. This is plumb to your gray holding tank. Plenty of storage here, and I like that this is all enamel. There's no laminate or carpet, not even down here. So this gets dirty and greasy or whatever. It's easy to wipe off and keep clean. And if it does get wet, it's not going to hurt it. I have a little drink refrigerator here. Very, very important to stay hydrated when you're camping. And then open up that beverage right there. Now over here, I have coax cable and power. So if I want to hook a TV up in here, I can sure do that. Set it up in here or mount it there, whatever you'd like to do. So there's plenty of power. I have USB charging ports here, so while I'm out here cooking, I can be charging my phone. So I have a GFI protected outlet here and another outlet right here. Switches here for both the main light and a blue light up under here. This is a little convenience center. This is just to check your gray tank. This is something Jayco just added. So it's telling me it's empty. That's good because it really is empty. So if I'm running water in here, I'm doing dishes and I want to kind of check and see how full my gray tank's getting, I can do it right here. Now a quick word about this. None of these are super accurate. I think it's a joke that the RV industry plays on all of us, right? So, you know, this just gives you a general idea of how full it is. A lot of people, after maybe a year or two of use, will say, gosh, my gray tank says it's 2/3 full, but I just emptied it. You know what? These things at best give you a general idea. Once you use this trailer for a while, you'll get an idea of how much you use it before you need to dump the holding tanks. But this will give you an idea of how full they're getting. Now, lots of covered patio space over here. We're 20 feet plus on the awning. So this is, as you know, if you've watched any of my videos, the fun side of the trailer. This is where the campfire is. These are where the beverages are being had and the music's being played and we're visiting. So it's really important that you have usable space. Something else I like about this, there's no slide out coming into the patio side of this floor plan. Sometimes, some campsites you go to, you're not going to have a ton of space on the patio side. Your neighbor may be just as close as this trailer right here. I've camped at a bunch of places where this was our patio space. If you have a slide coming out this far, now I've got like 4 or 5 feet of usable patio space. No slide coming out means I can maximize the fun side of the RV right here. So I really like that. Now that we're in an Eagle, you'll notice we have a wider entry door and wider MORryde steps, and not just this lend-a-hand, but also this right here. So whether or not you have knee or hip problems, or you just got a bag of groceries or whatever, it's really nice to have this as kind of a stabilizer as you're going in and out of the coach. I can really appreciate that. Before we go in, just point out really quickly, this is the access to the back of your refrigerator. We have speakers here integrated into the exterior wall. You can push music from your phone through those speakers. This vent right here is for your range hood vent, so you're bringing the smells and the heat from inside to the outside right here with this vent, and you can latch it closed, so in hot or cold weather, or you don't want that thing flapping going down the road, you can latch it like that. Just make sure you open it up like that when you're using it so it actually works, because if it's latched closed, obviously it's not going to work. This is your furnace vent right here, and we do have power on this side too if you want to run some patio lights up around your awning and so on.
I don't think we shut off the Jayco yet.
We do need to show off the J-port. That's why I have you, Brian. So I alluded to this up front in that compartment. So in addition to having all these other components, we have a griddle that will, the platform will slide in here, and then down here is your LP Quick Connect that you can focus in on, Brian. All right, so pop it in here, and now our cooking surface will be right here. Now additionally, you'll notice we have electric stabilizing jacks all the way around, so you're not having to crank these things down by hand. They're electric. So the last thing you're going to do once you get this situated and leveled is drop those stabilizing jacks down. Okay, now got a light right here. This is a blue light that casts a nice light blue light under here. So after dark, you're not blinding your neighbors, but there's just enough light to make it safe going up these steps. These are MORryde step above steps. I'll show you how easy they are to tuck away for travel. Simply lift up right here. There's what I call zero gravity, see? So it goes up in here. That's literally all you have to do. Close the door and we're off to the races. Now each one of these legs is adjustable. So if you push in on this tab, you can adjust each one of these legs in case you're on uneven ground. So no matter what your situation, you'll have a good, firm contact point going in and out of the coach, minimizing motion. All right, let's go inside and have a look. Okay, now we're on the inside of this 284 BHOK. Remember, we've got double bunks in the back, and in this case, a king bed in front. King bed is optional on the Eagles, and we optioned this with a king bed. So we can sleep 8 folks here comfortably. 2 in the front king bed, 2 here, 2 here. This dinette drops into a bed, and this is a trifold sofa also. So as I always like to point out, how many people this unit sleeps is entirely your business to share or not share with your friends, right? Whether or not you tell them that this converts into a bed, that's entirely your business. My motto with our RV that my wife and I have, it actually sleeps about 8 people. Our official word is it sleeps 2, entertains 4, feeds 6. Have a nice night, we'll see you tomorrow, but it's up to you. Anyway, we have these nice double bunks back here. Again, we're in what I consider the most luxurious line of bumper pole bunkhouse models, the Eagle. Each one of these is a double bunk, so each of these has a 600-pound weight capacity. Now, what's neat about this floor plan is that door back there. I can pop this up. Notice that motion sensor light just popped on. I can open up that door and then utilize this space in here for a lot of different things. Bikes, kayaks, easy up tents, anything long and cumbersome that might be a little tricky to get in through the main door. You can open up that back door and then have a lot easier access. USB charging ports here and up there, so charging your gadgets is easy enough. We've got air circulation up here. Speaking of which, I have 2 AC units on this. It's a 50 amp coach. We tend to order our units optioned up, if you will, more than most dealers here at Vaught. So it's going to stay comfortable. It's 100 and what, 3, 4, 5 degrees today, Brian? Really, really hot. These ACs have been running about 35 or 40 minutes, and we're already in the 70s interior temperature in here. So also, this is what they call whisper quiet. So it's this helix pattern right here. Instead of right angles, it's a helix pattern. That means it's much, much more quiet. These are on high right now. I'm standing right underneath it on my lapel microphone right here, and it's not noisy at all. So you can carry on a normal conversation, watch a TV show, or even listen to some music without having it turned way up to enjoy it, because the HVAC system is really that quiet. So I'll continue the tour where I started here. So we have the J command system on here, so I can select all the controls on here. This is the main, where we have our main AC control. I can toggle through here. There's a generator start switch right here. I've got pairing my device, so I can pair my phone to the system here and do all of these functions from this J command app. Check my gray, black, and fresh water tanks, and of course turn on the water pump and electric water heater, gas water heater. Now I can do all that stuff from the convenience of my phone, so I can be sitting out on the patio, control the lighting in here and all those functions with the app on my phone. I really, really like that. Now, we'll just go around the horn here. So let's step into the bathroom here. Plentiful counter space in here, and a pretty gigantic, ginormous medicine cabinet. So the way Jayco mounted this in here, it's really deep, so there's a lot of storage in here. And notice what color it is. It's blue. I would call, what do we call that? Navy blue, maybe? I'm curious what you think about that. It's the only blue color that's on the interior of this coach. Looks kind of modern, kind of hip. Blue down here too. Hey, let's take an informal poll. Drop a comment below, yay or nay on the blue color. That's kind of growing on me. Let me know what you think, and we'll have a fun little straw poll here. No wagering, please. All right, but we'll check back later and see who the winner is. Okay, nice matte black finish faucet here. Under mount sink, so it makes it easy to keep this clean. This is a poly molded material, so Jayco can do a residential style under mount sink. Now I have storage underneath the sink, and I have kind of shallow storage but useful storage along here too, for those hairspray bottles and shampoo and washcloths and that kind of stuff. There's a backlit LED lighting around this medicine cabinet. We have a glass shower enclosure. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here for me to maneuver. You got a little catch here to keep this from opening up during travel, but very classy. Hey, a lot of people ask, what's the pink lemonade doing in your shower? That's RV antifreeze. That tells us that it's been already winterized. You'll see it in the sinks and you'll see it in there. Little quick tip for you. This is a foot flush toilet, and it's porcelain, it's not plastic. So now that we're in Eagle, all of these will be porcelain toilets. And Jayco thinks of everything you're gonna need while you're doing what you need to do here in the bathroom. All right? Okay. Moving on into the living area. I already alluded to this earlier, but we have a perfect viewing angle of this Insignia TV right across from the trifold sofa. There's a sound bar right here, so you can get that great theater sound when you're watching movies and so on. A fireplace down here too. Now this fireplace is not only neat to look at, but it's functional too. It'll throw some heat out, and it's actually doing that right now, so I'm going to make that stop. I don't need heat in here. But if you paid your 50 or 60 bucks a night at a campsite, you might as well use their power rather than your propane to knock the chill off this. It's a fancy space heater. I really like that. We have storage up on top of the TV here, and then the really cool bonus storage, this hidden pantry behind here. How fantastic is that? So, lots of groceries will go in there, lots of extra clothes, shoes down there, camping supplies. If you're taking the family on a 2-week run out to the Rocky Mountains and back, you can save a few bucks on groceries just by bringing your own food for food prep in here, extra clothing and shoes. You got little hanging spots here for hats and jackets. And what's more, there's a lot of RV manufacturers will put a roller down here that rolls on the linoleum floor, and eventually it's going to roll a hole in the floor. This, on the other hand, has a piano hinge, top to bottom on the back. So it's bearing the weight of this whole door. It makes it real easy and fluid to open and close. So I really appreciate that, and it's a really stiff magnet. You really got to give this thing a tug to get it to open up. So, thumbs up on that, I think. What do you think? Good? Yay? Nay? Maybe? Let me know what you think. Speaking of letting me know what you think, if you take just a second and click like and subscribe below, I'll thank you for it. We work really hard to bring these videos to you. That way, when we post another video like this, you'll be the first to know about it. Now we have a 12-volt refrigerator here. This is running off the batteries all the time. The beauty thing about these is it's a compressor fridge. Turn this guy on and it's making ice cubes in a couple hours. Unlike the traditional RV fridge that's gas or electric that you need to turn on the night before, these really keep up with a lot of use. In other words, a lot of door opening and closing better than their traditional RV fridge brethren. So I like that feature. It's running off the batteries all the time. Now remember, when you're driving down the road, you're charging those batteries. When you plug up to shore power, you're charging those batteries. And in this case, you also have 380 watts of solar up on top charging those batteries. So you're pretty good shape for if you want to take this off-grid camp without hookups. You're in good shape because those batteries are going to stay happy. This has the 380 watt solar power upgrade. So 290 watt panels live up on the roof of this. They have a 25-year warranty. They're rated for over at 1-inch hailstorms at 51 miles per hour. So pretty rugged solar panels up there. Also has a charge controller. So that's controlling how much it's charging those batteries. When they're fully charged, it drops down to a trickle charge, just like your smart battery charger in your garage that you use on your car. So anyway, like that, good stuff. Now we have a little microwave over that range hood assembly, which again is vented to the outside. It's lighted and a vent, just like home. A little bit of storage up top above. We have a 3-burner Furrion propane cooktop with backlit controls and a modest-sized little oven, and then storage below. Now, we have both a strainer and a teak cutting board that drop right into your undermount stainless steel sink. These are great, so if you want to put something on the countertop and protect it, you can do that with this. If you want to dry things, that just sits right in there, and it's a nice strainer. Really, really neat. This nice backsplash material, it looks like subway tile, but it's actually just a solid piece of backsplash material. It even has tactile grooves in the middle where you would normally see grout. So running my hand over it actually feels like real subway tile, even though it's not. 3 drawers below here, they're full extension ball bearing drawer glides, 75-pound drawer glides. They come all the way out so you can access everything in the drawer easily. A little bit of storage there. I'm thinking that's probably where the trash can goes. And then up top, now, and this is always the case with Jayco on every trim line, all the cabinet doors and drawer faces are solid maple. They're not particle board or anything like that with tape on it to make it look like real wood. It's real solid maple wood. And then these stiles are pocket screwed and glued together, and the whole assembly is screwed to the wall. In the end, a Jayco's gonna weigh a few more pounds and cost a few more bucks than another competing brand, and it's for reasons like that. There's just a little more stock that goes into a Jayco, the frame, the roof structure, the cabinet build, but you're the end beneficiary because it's gonna last longer, it's not gonna fall apart, right? Now, nice U-shaped dinette here, which makes a really nice 76-inch long sleeping surface. This table drops down onto these cleats, and then sprout the cushions, and you have a bed here as well. Now, since we're in an Eagle floor plan, we have blackout roller shades, not the cheap pleated shades. These are all nice roller shades, total blackout. All right, moving, I've got USB ports right here. You know, now that everybody's got gadgets to charge, you'll find lots of USB ports throughout every Jayco, and then a GFI protected outlet right here. You want to have a coffee maker, hot plate, or something up on top. Now this unit we did option with a king bed, and you can see that up on either side there's outlets on either side of the pillows up there. Those are inverted power outlets. So in addition to having inverted power, you've got outlets everywhere anyway. A lot of people have CPAP machines, so if you pull over, need to run that CPAP machine, you have no other source of power, those outlets are hot. Okay, so it's basically CPAP prepped or for any other purpose, but those outlets are active even without power. Now if I lift this bed, it's got guest struts on it. It reveals a nice area for storage underneath here. Again, for things that you don't need to use quite as often. This is the griddle that goes on the outside. This is your quick connect for your outdoor shower, your monitor for your backup camera, and then plenty of nighttime reading material here on all your owner's manuals. I always say shop around, you should, and see what you see when you pull up the mattress. In Jayco's case, you're always going to see plywood under the bed deck. There's also plywood on the roof, and there's plywood under your feet instead of OSB or particle board. This is a lot stronger. It doesn't off-gas like particle board does, and it's a little more pricey. But in the end, again, it's stronger, better. Now, behind me, on the Eagle, I also have some additional storage. So I have 3 drawers down here, again, full extension drawer glides, little pocket here for miscellaneous, you know, the dirty clean clothes area maybe, and then a nice deeper shelved storage right there. Now you'll see these throughout Jayco's. I jokingly say they are grenade launchers for security, but they're not really. Not that you believed that. This is a thermistor. It's actually sampling the air temperature and sending that back to the brains of the coach, so it knows how to keep each zone at the temperature you ask it to. If you want to put a TV in here, you can. This area is reinforced to accept a TV mounting bracket, and then we have our outlet up here, coax cable connections here. Now I see, because Jayco was smart enough to tell me so, this is an inverted outlet. So also, in addition to those outlets up there, I can be watching TV just from the battery power on a regular 110 volt TV. And I have to believe, since they've done it here, the main TV up front's the same way. So pull over to the side of the road, it's a nice night, we don't need air conditioning, we're gonna sleep. I can turn the TV on up here, I can run my CPAP machine back there and watch TV here as well, all from battery power. Now there's a little bit of storage on either side of the bed, hanging shirt closet, shelves over on the other side, and then some additional storage overhead on each of one of these. Now you can control your side of the bed with the reading light right here. There's a switch on either side. It's Eagle 284 BHOK. This is a great classy bunkhouse model. If you're looking for something to sleep a bunch of folks in comfort, or maybe just the two of you with the occasional additional couple, or maybe the kids are coming home from college and they need to have their own space, this might be the ticket for you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to check back here often for more videos like this. Always appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you the next time. Howdy everybody, thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two from what I had to say. If you did and feel like it, then click subscribe below. And when I post a video, you'll be the first to know. See you next time.